You always want to keep that knowledge going. Certifications, right? You can get different roofing certifications, sales certifications, safety certifications, and then work experience, right? So everyone wants to be a professional, but if you go in here and it's day two, you just don't have that level of experience that somebody that's done it 15 years has, right? So like I said, we're gonna rapidly progress that, but a lot of it is just doing it, getting that experience. Um, Effective communication. So that's something in all realms, whether it be our CRM, interpersonally, with other people, no matter what it is, being a good communicator makes you.
It's one of the main things that clients are going to want to see in this market. You know, if you look at the level of professionalism that a lot of these competitors are coming in the door with, they don't dress they don't dress professionally. They don't have professionally wrapped vehicles. They don't, have a PowerPoint presentation or really any kind of literature whatsoever to bring to the door, right? We bring a whole nother level, but the number one thing that I've heard the moment I moved before I started working here was, oh my God, you answer the phone. That's it. Like, what sets you aside from the other time? What's that? Call me back. You answer the phone. I'm like, that's just fucking horrible. That's your experience, right? That's what your expectations are of me being better than the other 10. It's just that I did like the most basic thing ever. All of my clients, right? The one thing I want you guys to start thinking about is how you're going to network. So, I'm going to print out a list, and there's going to be specific people that, I want to allow to do this task, but there's a bunch of property management companies in the area. And I want to get a list of them and hit them all because we need to start networking with our local communities. If you look at, the clients and stuff that we work with in Miami, really just the whole coast, Tampa and Orlando, we've networked ourselves with, huge opportunities over there, but none of these shows that we run give us good opportunity to network here. So what do we have to do? We got to do it manually. We got to just go out of our way to find where they're at, get out of our own comfort space, and go over there and chase after them. So, start thinking about how you're going to network. Um, and then as far as like certifications go, stuff like that, like I said, we're going to start to do some simulation training and really start to understand that stuff. And you're only going to get work experience be working. So, you guys will all get there.
So this is something that I feel pretty strongly about. But everyone wants to be great until it's time to do what greatness requires. That's pretty powerful and good, and that's fun. So that goes along with that last slide of all of those ways that we can become a professional, right? But what it really is, has anybody read Chop Wood, Carry Water? So everybody wants to be a samurai warrior, right? But nobody wants to chop wood and carry water. Everybody wants to be in that money pay club. Everyone wants to sell millions of dollars and make all of the money. But it's the little things that you have to do every single day, chopping wood and carrying water for that to happen, right? And so true professionals are intentional with everything, not just when you're at an appointment or prospecting, with every aspect of your life, right? So whether that's mental health, physical health, spiritual health, right? You're eating the right things, you're in the gym taking care of your body, you're nurturing your relationships, whether that's with your girlfriend, boyfriend, your family, your coworkers, whatever that is. Those are the little things that we do every day. Community involvement, right? You want to be that light. You want to be doing those different things, which is one of our core values. Personal development is always taking that seriously, no matter what it is, whether it's sales, roofing, health, whatever. We're going to be focused on that, fostering those relationships. And then you have to have that work ethic and you have to have that drive, right? If you want to be that production, you got to work like a professional and you got to have that drive to do whatever it takes to do those little things every single day.
All right, so I want to go back here. We kind of focus on a couple of dates again. So, who went through the original, so Cameron, who went through the original training class that's in this room? Monte, you got okay. So, For those of you guys who have not gone through that, I'm going to put everyone else through it. We did record it a little bit this way some of those guys can see it and go through that. I will glance through it real quick and give you guys an understanding and taste of what it is. Okay. So this is a kind of recap of what that training is going to look like for those of you who have gone through it. We're going to go through and jump to some of the things that actually pertain to us. Which for those of you guys who don't know our values, I want to throw that up there real quick. If you want to go ahead and read through those real quick. Heart of servant, united grit, fun, loyalty, intentional growth, life-giving leadership, meaningful work, customer service, quality relationships, meaningful relationships, integrity, freedom, honesty, helping society, flexibility, commitment to the process, excellence in personal development. All right, so we're gonna go through just a basic slide on how to run the lead appointment. So number one is always being prepared. If you look at some of these commercial opportunities that we hope for everybody here to get, if you don't go to this appointment with your routes already drawn, you'll be sitting there drawing it in 3 hours. I'm not kidding. I mean, there's nights where we just sit here and we'll stay all night just measuring routes. This way, if it's us or if it's one of you guys who are going out to an appointment, all the routes are measured. And you can create an estimate. You have everything that you need right then and there to be able to create, your good, better, best proposal. How are we actually going to create the good, better, best? We're going to create a template that will allow you guys to understand the flow of how to go from what they have right now, which is a good roofing system, where you want them to get to, which is the best roofing system, but what they can actually really afford, what they really need, what pretty much everybody's going to end up going with is going to be a better roofing system than they have currently. And then obviously making sure that your demo materials are prepared, having your samples, your brochures, your color samples. So, if you guys could bring the wall to your client's house, you get the best thing ever, right? I see a lot of customers coming at the door that our sales guys are bringing in and say, hey, I want you guys to look at some of the products that we offer. Look at this, wall so you understand, the different types of underlay. Each level there's a different type of underlay. You have to do that at the day. Right? So how do you take that wall and turn it into, cut-out sandals? How do you turn it into a pocket size or backpack size demonstration for your presentation? Because that stuff's extremely important. If people don't know what they're trying to buy, well, then it's, they're not going to be prepared to make an educated and informed decision. Be late even when you're early. So this is one thing that I always try to practice when I first started selling roofs, because I noticed really quickly that, a lot of these older guys, especially if you're younger in here, right? These older people, they're real punctual, right? They'll yell at you, they'll say, yes. It doesn't matter what you do, whether it's just being punctual or like I used to talk really, really fast and they'd be like, slow down. They were always trying to tell me what to do. Well, that's what people I need to. They're always trying to tell me what to do. It's because they're trying to help you out. So be late even when you're early. Call 15 minutes ahead, even if you're early, or if you're on time, and let them know, hey, I might be a minute or two late. I'm sorry. And what I found in doing stuff like that, it's the little things that matter, right? When you're trying to build a relationship with somebody, they're trying to figure out who the hell is this guy, right? I don't know you from nothing. But I'm going to look at you, I'm going to say, he's got a Coach wallet, he's wearing a collared shirt, right? He's got some earrings in. Like, I'm trying to figure out who he is. But the only thing I have to go off right now is what I see, right? And so present yourself in a way so they see you in a way that you want them to see. So when I would call and tell somebody, hey, I'm running late, even if I'm early, I'm telling them, hey, I'm really sorry. I apologize. I'm probably going to be running about 30 seconds late. I'm probably going to be running about maybe one minute, maybe 1.5 minutes late. I'm really sorry. They're like, oh, it's no big deal. It's fine. We're here. You know, once you hear that once, once you hear that twice, some people will go and say, oh, okay, I don't need to call them. They don't care, right? The reality is that they do. They do care. They're trying to weigh you out. They're trying to measure you. They're trying to see who is this guy. And when you're being that guy who's saying, hey, this is how detailed I am, right? That's the guy you want putting a roof over your head. Not the guy who's like, oh, I just scrolled in here, look like shit, run late. Like, that's not the guy that someone's gonna want to write a $20,000 or $100,000 or $1 million check to. So, don't be late. Don't be too early. When you show up too early, it just shows that you're not that busy, right? These customers, they want to meet that guy who everybody wants to hire, right? Everybody's like, this is the guy, this is the guy, this is the guy. This guy doesn't have enough time to eat, sleep, or shower, right? Because he's the best. I want him in my house. So if you're there too early, people are just going to think, it puts you in a situation where like, man, maybe this guy's desperate to do my roof. Why does this guy have so much time? Is he on this build roofs? Because he just takes people's money and doesn't, when someone thinks about building a roof, some people will think, man, that's a huge, long process. How long is this going to take? 2 months, 3 months? I'm like, take a couple days, They're like, what? To replace my whole roof? Yeah. To replace your whole roof. Have you never done this before? Nope, I have not. Yeah, I have. And my brother and my uncle did it. Having 3 months to finish, Do not reschedule appointments. So if we send you guys an appointment, which we've got a call center that's up right now. For those of you who don't know this, we started a call center where we've got, Michael.
Yeah.
How many guys are in the call center?
3.
Okay. So there's 3 guys in the call center right now who, that's all they're doing. They just pick up the phone. We generated this list of all the clients in this local area, a long, $7,500 list of people that they're going to hit every single one of them. They're already starting to generate some really good traction off of that. One of the first clients that they got is this tire shop, Tire Trips. So however they got a hold of them, I don't know. Obviously, just pick up the phone and call them. And now, we have 10 groups that we're going to go look at. They have over 220 locations just from basically Orlando down to the Keys. So you never know what you're going to knock into. So if we schedule an appointment, show up to your appointments, even if you're grandmother. If it's a lead given by Shamrock, you'll need to show up to those scheduled appointments because there's so many layers of communication to that client, right? Telemarketer call and start asking a bunch of questions that we formulated, gives them that they're reading through. They answer the questions, they schedule the appointment. Then our CSR, they're going to call and confirm this. They just want to make sure that, you scheduled an appointment for this upcoming Wednesday. That time's still great for you. We're working right now to assign a field rep to going out there. Yep. Okay. Sounds good. Then, the communication that can happen from there to when you guys show up, you never know. There could be confusion in the system. We could be looking at roof links and saying, oh man, the email address is gone. Oh, hey, let's make sure that we confirm this. We started a call center where we've got, Michael.
Yeah.
How many guys are in the call center?
3.
Okay. So there's 3 guys in the call center right now who, that's all they're doing. They just pick up the phone. We generated this list of all the clients in this local area, a long, $7,500 list of people that they're going to hit every single one of them. They're already starting to generate some really good traction off of that. One of the first clients that they got is this tire shop, Tire Trips. So however they got a hold of them, I don't know. Obviously, just pick up the phone and call them. And now, we have 10 groups that we're going to go look at. They have over 220 locations just from basically Orlando down to the Keys. So you never know what you're going to knock into. So if we schedule an appointment, show up to your appointments, even if you're grandmother. If it's a lead given by Shamrock, you'll need to show up to those scheduled appointments because there's so many layers of communication to that client, right? Telemarketer call and start asking them questions that we formulated, gave them that they're reading through. Answer all the questions, they schedule the appointment. Then our CSR, they're going to call, confirm those. Say, just want to make sure that, you schedule the appointment for this upcoming Wednesday. That time's still great for you. We're working right now to assign a field rep to going out there. Yep. Okay. Sounds good. Then, the communication that can happen from there to when you guys show up, you never know. There could be confusion in the system. We could be looking at roof links and saying, oh man, the email address is calling. Oh, hey, let's make sure that we confirm this appointment. When we have Maddie working here, that girl was on the phone nonstop, just confirming everybody's everything, right? She's like confirming, customers' appointments for driveways and stuff like that. And she went way above and beyond to just make sure that customer service is being provided. Document and communicate. So when you go to the appointment, you need to know what happened, right? The only way to know what happened is update your roof links before and following your appointment. So when you're going to the appointment, we want to see that you're on roof links and you're saying, hey, I see that I have this appointment tomorrow. I'll be there. I already measured the roof. And, when I show up tomorrow, I'm going to be there to take photos. Whatever it is, you're trying to communicate to us so we know when we're sitting here and we're looking, hey, they confirmed their appointment. We know that Devontae's aware he's got an appointment tomorrow. Then after your appointment, we want to be able to see how it went. Look at your photos, see the notes. This is your chance to take good notes in the system, such as, the details of why they didn't buy, what their dog's name was, what their family members' names were. I used to do that all the time. As soon as I got out of there, shit, that dog's name. Love the name dog. Miley, that's it. Okay. Had a dog named Miley, 2 kids, one of the kids' birthday next week. I'm taking all these notes. Why? Does that matter to us in the office? Not really, but maybe, because what does that do for us too? Right? Say we're building a roof. Say they're pissed off about something. And I got to call them and try to talk them off the ledge, right? I may look at the system and see, oh man, thank God they have a dog, I got a dog. Let's break that ice, let's break those barriers down. Let's have that personal communication, personal relationship with them. So that way, it feels like I know who they are. And then they feel like they know me, right? So what details would you give, Zach, for why they didn't die?
For what scenario? Why did you say
anything? Just give a scenario. You walk in the house and they didn't know.
Usually boils down to the money.
Okay.
They want to price shop, or we give up a little higher, or they want to see what else is out there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's a good objection. Feels time and money are the 2 best objections you can get because those people are buying something. All right, they just don't know who they're going to buy, how much it's going to cost, how much they're willing to spend. So when it comes to that objection, say he puts an objection in there and I see it in the system, and it says, "Oh, our price is still too high." I'll then go to him and be like, "Hey, you're not my worthy." Well, I don't know. Why not? Why don't you know? If you're too high and you didn't ask them, then where's the negotiation process, right? Because in the sales process, do you see anywhere on the sales process where it says negotiate? Well, why not? Because that stuff should just come naturally. You don't know when in the process you're going to have to negotiate, but at some point, you're probably going to have some kind of negotiation between you and the client, and that's your job as a salesperson, is naturally have that ability to negotiate and sell themselves. So he goes through, he puts a note in, customer's roof was, when he first started, he was like, I don't know how to overcome these objections, right? So he just put a note in the system, customer doesn't want to buy a roof for price is too high. On to the next one. Right? I'm sitting here like, that's the person ready to buy a roof. Call them right now. Let's call them right now. Like what Jack will do is really good business. He'll be like, hey, I'm really sorry. I can't change the pricing. Let me see if I can get a hold of my manager. Right? And be like, hey, that's really cool client. And, he's really been helping me out in this process. Before I came from his neighbor's house. Now he's trying to send me to his friend. Is there any way we can hook this dude up? I'll be like, yeah, go ahead and put me on speaker. Let's negotiate. Right. At that point, I'm able to go through and do the pricing, function like pre-cost everything, see how much the roof is going to cost. And if it's us earning a job, we'll chase them. We'll make adjustments. Give another one. So, reasons why they didn't buy. Yeah. Waiting on the insurance check. Waiting on the insurance check. So now we know, okay, this is going to be an insurance job. You're going to have guys like Michael who are going to see that assistant. He's going to say, hey, let me piggyback off. Let me help you out. Right? I can help you through this process. These are the avenues. These are the things that need to happen. There can be lines of communication. You could say, hey, I'll call the insurance company right now, track it down, put the documents in the system from the insurance company. He's got their points of contact. Cameron, you got one? Oh, they didn't buy? Okay, so the appointment wasn't set up correctly, right? Both decision makers were not there. Now we know, okay, you got to take that additional step. Basically, waste our time to do the exact same appointment again. It's because both decision makers weren't there. So make sure you update the notes in the system. Upload all of your photos. Did you go through photos with everybody? Somewhere. Okay. Basic show of hands. Who knows how to take the photos of the property? Okay. It's not a difficult process, but it is a process. It has to be done the same way every time because when people are looking at the photos in the system, we have to be able to walk the property so that way we can give good expectations for whoever's going to end up coming out. So, follow up every few days in the note sections with an update on where the job stands. So, for those of you who don't remember Richie was a good guy. I really, really liked Richie, right? And I wanted Richie to continue working here, but I had nothing to back him up. When it came time to sit in front of Bob and I and figure out, is this guy doing his job? We're paying him every week. Is this guy doing his job? Because he hasn't closed anything yet. I looked at the system, and, the months that he was here, he went close enough one month. My ammunition to help him out. So notes in the system are extremely important, but follow up and then putting notes on what you're doing along the process is even more important. You're not going to be able to remember 120 lines. You have to put the notes in the system so that way you can remember what's going on and the team knows what you're doing. And then everything must be on the calendar. So I live it out on my calendar. If it's on my calendar, like this appointment I got to really send somebody to and call and push back a little bit, then I'm not going to be there, right? There's appointments that we had on a Monday morning of last week up in Tampa. It wasn't on my calendar on my phone because my phone and my group links are supposed to sync with one another. But I look at the system and group links, and there's, sending me notifications to my iPad. Oh, shit. I'm supposed to be in Tampa in 30 minutes. It's not going to happen, but everything must be on the calendar because what we want to try to do is be able to assist wherever we can. If I see that you have an appointment and I do have time, which is sitting in the rear, and I'm in that area, I will stop it on your appointments. Jack was a good example because he used to always drop down on his appointments. I've dropped in on a couple of yours too. To where if I'm in the area and I see if there's something on the calendar, I'm like, man, whether you know it or not, I'm going to show up. I'm going to try to get that.
We also have a lot of different avenues for getting the appointments, like you said, whether it's a canvas or call centers. When you call in, we have different people assigning those appointments to you. So if I give you a 2:00 appointment, it's because I see that you're free there. So even if it's a doctor's appointment or you need to take a lunch break, whatever that is, put that on the calendar so you can see what your availability is so we can schedule those appointments.
Are we using like a Google Calendar or is it
through Rootling? So
Which is Google
Calendar.
it is a Google Calendar?
Yeah. Events. So it's specifically asking, he doesn't say on your roof links calendar, it says under the job, events.
Gotcha.
You have to create an event. So
And like you said, we have doctor's appointments, how do what calendar do we use for that now?
for same thing. So you want to put your personal shit on the calendar as well. Because when we go through and we set up everybody's calendars, so here's you guys see the calendar tab up here on the right. Okay. So here's your calendar tab. You're gonna see that these are some of the events that are on my calendar. And then we go here, shoot another tab right here. Okay, here. Calendar here. So this will show my personal events, and then for whatever reason, I don't know why it's not showing, but I have the option to show everyone's.
So when you click that calendar, that just pull up the general calendar, not the custom calendar.
Correct. But you have to be able to look at this. You see there's nothing on there, right?
Right.
We'll open up my information. Those are my events. Then if I want to go through and I want to see who else is on here, I can go through and you guys want to select your colors. I see a lot of you guys have done that. We'll do Zach Jordan's account. Boom, there's all his stuff, right? You go to Tom's calendar, which probably gonna make this. But yeah, there's all of his appointments. So if I'm sitting here looking to schedule Zach Jordan, and our CSR is sitting there looking in the system, they're saying, what is his availability? Does he have the availability to go run the appointment? There's all of this stuff there. He goes through and he adds an event, and he says, doctor's appointment, right? They'll go through and he doesn't have to then, say, hey, I've got a doctor's appointment on Friday, right? Yeah, I won't be able to show up to that. I would be able to look in there, the CSR would be able to look in there, see his calendar, and say, no, Francisco's got no availability, sir, I'm sorry, right? So you put all that stuff in there. I just sent stuff to Sarah today. If I'm going out of town for my appointments and stuff like that I have to go do in Ohio, those are going to be on my calendar. Shoot another tab right here. Calendar here. So this will show my personal events, and then for whatever reason, I don't know why it's not showing, but I have the option to show everyone's.
So when you click that calendar, that just pull up the general calendar, not the custom calendar.
Correct. But you have to be able to look at this. You see there's nothing on there, right?
Right.
We'll open up my information. Those are my events. Then if I want to go through and I want to see who else is on here, I can go through and you guys want to select your colors. I see a lot of you guys have done that. We'll do Zach Jordan's account. Boom, there's all his stuff, right? You go to Tom's calendar, which is probably gonna make this. But yeah, there's all of his appointments. So if I'm sitting here looking to schedule Zach Jordan, and our CSR is sitting there looking in the system, they're saying, what is his availability? Does he have the availability to go run the appointment? There's all of this stuff there. He goes through and he adds an event, and he says, doctor's appointment, right? He'll go through and he doesn't have to then, say, hey, I've got a doctor's appointment on Friday, right? Yeah, I won't be able to show up for that. I would be able to look in there, the CSR would be able to look in there, see his calendar, and say, no, Francisco's got no availability, sir, I'm sorry, right? So you put all that stuff in there. I just sent stuff to Sarah today. If I'm going out of town for my appointments and stuff like that I have to go do in Ohio, those are going to be on my calendar. So I don't want to be scheduling, a $3.5 million contract signing with the whole board. I'll have a doctor's appointment for, which to me is going to be more important. So make sure you guys go through. If you don't know how to do this stuff, just let us know.
Can I mention some of the
Yeah.
calendar?
Yeah.
I don't even know if everyone's had this whole page.
Yeah.
Because everything that I put on my calendar is done through just my iPhone.
Right.
So I go to my regular calendar app.
Over here.
Our Shamrock email is added an account. So I just add it to my thing. I just select my, Drew as a Shamrock. Once you do that, then it populates the roof link.
Yeah.
So you don't have to keep them bouncing between different things. Just your iPhone calendar will sync
Did
everything.
you guys actually see that appointment there? Excuse me. came on my calendar. You guys watched that happen? That's what will happen. Is I go into my phone calendar, which is sunk with multiple calendars. I've got, these are the ones that I have open right here right now. That I sync these calendars with my girlfriend's calendar. I got to sync these calendars, Sarah's personal calendar, Bob's personal calendar sometimes, because we don't gotta know what we do, right? And so, just like what he said, I operate off of just my basic, calendar and in my phone. And like, again, here are my issues with my phone. Everything's sunk up here. There's no difference between my calendar here on this one and my calendar here. For whatever reason, it is not showing my appointments today. Right there, 11 o'clock. So that right there would kill me. I left it out by my calendar. That appointment would have killed me if I didn't see it this morning. Just a reminder that I set through roof links. Roof links to them. So if your name pops up like this, so I'll just tell you who you are. Cameron, Devontae, Gustav, Catherine, yeah, and Sean, all the way. You guys haven't picked your calendar colors. If you guys, like Jason and Eugene, there's only so many colors to choose from. So let me see if I can look at it here. There's a way that you guys have to do it. I have to go in the system and here's you guys. Obviously, I'm the first one to set it up, so I'll set green. So please don't pick green. So I can see my stuff. So yes, everything must be on the calendar. You guys have issued that? Let's click it. You want to go with this one?
Sure. So following up is going to be really important. Any professional is going to be really good with their follow up, and that means that you're consistent with it. With every client, with every job that you need to follow up with, pick a time, whether it's every couple of days, once a week, whatever that might be, but just be consistent. Make sure you're following up. Get creative with it. So it's not always, hey, John, I just wanted to follow up, see if you're ready to write in that check, right? Be creative. Maybe you drop by and leave them a handwritten note. Maybe you find an article about load setting tile and you send that in an email. Hey, I came across this and made me think of that conversation we had about your tile roof, right? Send that. That's following up. Maybe you take them a gift basket, whatever you can get creative with it. Maybe they have a flat tire or something, whatever it is. You're at the store and you see a tire patch kit. I don't care. Whatever the situation is, you can start to get creative with that follow-up to set you apart from everyone else. Right? So not always say, I'm going to pick up that check, but find ways to get creative. And then asking for referrals is going to be huge. So I think the best time to do that is when the project is done and you did a perfect job. Like, hey, John Mary, I know that he really likes this process. Is there anyone that you know that we can help assist? Something like that. But always ask for them, right?
If that's his favorite time to ask for a referral, my favorite time is after the inspection. Why is that? Because maybe I found something else that no one else found, right? Coming from my PowerPoint presentation, I showed them their damage. And they're like, wow, that was really good, right? Before they go through this process of actually building the damn roof, which you and your better have a roof on your house to put on. You put on your own roof? Mm-hmm. Did you put it on yourself or did someone put it on for you?
I put it on myself.
With your own hands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? A little bit different. I went and had a roof put on my own house from my own company back in Colorado, right? I've never put myself through that process. It was the first time in however many years I had been doing this. So it was 7 years or whatever. First time in 7 years I ever put myself through the process of replacing a roof, right? I'm sitting in my house and I can't make a phone call. It's so fucking loud. I'm running outside, literally trying to answer these calls. I'm running outside. And there's crew guys fucking everywhere. Compressors going. I'm like, oh my God, there's nowhere I can have a conversation, right? I couldn't think in my house. So for me, I realized in that moment, the best time to ask for referrals isn't always after the week's bill. That's what I always thought until I got a refill on my own head. And then I realized I was a fucking nightmare. You know, I started to realize right then and there, when do they like me the most? Well, right before they signed that contract. You know, right before they signed that contract, I had a really good relationship with them, and they liked me so much they were willing to commit $20,000, $40,000, $50,000 to me. So it was right then and there where I was going, hey, I know you really appreciate the inspection that I did, detail of how I operate, blah, blah, blah. You have any of your friends that might be in this process too, who are looking for a roof right now, maybe I can help them and go do a free inspection for that. They have nothing to lose. But there's multiple avenues, just like Tom said. After you built their roof, just like we got to do right then and there. He's already asking for referral business, right? Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, post on social media, whatever. So, uh,
So that was the expectations for when we give you an appointment. And we created a process for how to run these appointments, right? So we're going to go over how that looks. We broke it down into steps that you'll see through this too, and Julius is going to role play what that looks like. So that when we give you an appointment, this is how it should be ran every time. And so since this is a process and a sequence, we can break that down and refine and improve every time we do that. So that at some point when you're running this process in an appointment, it's unconscious.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'll go ahead and just say, if Francisco and Zach, you guys have anything else you guys are doing design my hair? That's the one thing to do. That's
There was that commercial meeting afterwards. Was that start?
Yes.
yeah. What? This one. I'm sorry. This one. Okay. That's right. We have an appointment after this. I'll just let you guys know too. These meetings, for those of you guys who are closing, and you guys are busy, then you won't have to sit through these as long. So just heads up, so we'll let you guys go. So the appointment process. This is how we're gonna run through this. So,
So step one really starts with your preparation, right? Like you talked about. But step one, when you get to the appointment, is the introduction. And this is your chance to build some rapport. Nick, what did we say the definition of rapport was?
The definition of rapport is building some type of common ground with the homeowner. So something like, like Julius was saying, they got a dog, you got a dog. Finding some common ground so that way you're kind of marrying them. Marrying's another process as well. They put their arms around like this and kind of do it subconsciously as well. It just connects you psychologically. Like sales is very psychological. Like it's about understanding body language, tonality, being able to slow down your nervous system, being able to slow things down to where you're actually in the moment. So those type of things will help you to be able to slow everything down around you and build rapport with that homeowner. Eye contact, stuff like that.
Yeah. So rapport refers to a harmonious or empathetic relationship based on mutual understanding, trust, and communication. Right? So when you get to the appointment, you start to build rapport. Then you're going to explain how your process is going to go, how this appointment is going to go. So they have an understanding and they already know that you're going to sit them down at the table, do an inspection, all of these things. Right? Before you go do the inspection, you're going to shift their mind to start thinking about roofing, right? So that already started when you explained all the things you're going to do. But you can give them something to do while you're doing that inspection, whether it's find their insurance paperwork, find the documents the last roofing company left them, whatever it is, put them on FaceTime while you're doing an inspection. But the last thing you want to do is go do an inspection and they go turn on Grey's Anatomy and now you've lost all of that traction, right? So now Julius is going to show us how step one should look.
all right. So
This is your chance to build some rapport. Nick, what did we say the definition of rapport was?
The definition of rapport is building some type of common ground with the homeowner. So something like Julius was saying, they got a dog, you got a dog. Finding some common ground so that way you're kind of marrying them. Marrying is another process as well. They put their arms around like this, they kind of do it subconsciously as well. It just connects you psychologically. Like sales is very psychological. Like it's about understanding body language, tonality, being able to slow down your nervous system, being able to slow things down to where you're actually in the moment. So those type of things will help you be able to slow everything down around you and build rapport with that moment. Eye contact, stuff like that.
Yeah. So rapport refers to a harmonious or empathetic relationship based on mutual understanding, trust, and communication. Right? So when you get to the appointment, you start to build rapport. Then you're going to explain how your process is going to go, how this appointment is going to go, so they have an understanding and they already know that you're going to sit them down at the table, do an inspection, all of these things. Right? Before you go do the inspection, you're going to shift their mind to start thinking about roofing, right? So that already started when you explained all of the things you're going to do. But you can give them something to do while you're doing that inspection. Whether it's find their insurance paperwork, find the documents the last roofing company left them, whatever it is, put them on FaceTime while you're doing the inspection. But the last thing you want to do is go do an inspection, and they go turn on Grey's Anatomy, and now you've lost all of that traction, right? So now Julius is going to show us how step one should look.
All right, so I'm going to set up, let's use the door and we'll use this table. All right, so let me grab some materials. That's how I always want to go to the door, and typically, unless I'm knocking doors, I don't want to be empty-handed, but I'm knocking doors, I'm empty-handed for a reason as well. So. Do we have any folders that are built on this? Yeah. Ready to go?
Which one?
Got one?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and pass that around. Everyone will just take some time and look at our folders. That one has all the inserts in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Look through the folder that we have here. So these folders are stuff that you guys can build up here. We don't want to waste these. They are expensive. We got to make sure we have these for our home shows. But there's a lot of information in these folders that we provide that are going to answer a lot of their questions. It's going to give them something to do, because what I'm trying to do is get them to start thinking about buying a roof, right? When I knock on the door, if I really need to gear them into the right mindset, I'll show you guys how I would go and do that. So. Hey, Thomas. Hey, really good to see you again, man.
Come back up.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, I've run a couple seconds late there. I just wanted to let you know we're going to go ahead and get the inspection process started. Did I ask you last time, did you guys have leaks in the house?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. What's going to happen at this point is they're always going to try to draw you into the house. Yeah, you do, right over here. Okay, well, hang on. We'll take a look at that at the end. Here's a little bit of information there about the company, kind of what we do. You did say that this is an insurance job, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you get that paperwork I mentioned?
Yeah, they had sent me that initial scope, I think.
Yeah. Did you get that so that we can review that together?
Yeah, it's in there.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's going to take about 15-20 minutes to do my inspection. You go through so go through and grab, kind of remember where we're at. We already did the inspection, right?
Yeah.
We did. Okay. So we're going straight to the appointment. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do my inspection. It'll take me like 15-20 minutes. If I find anything, it's just going to take me a little bit longer. So I'll go ahead and get started. I do have to do a walk around the house, get a full 360. Any dogs or anything in the bath?
No, you're good to get them on.
Get from the lot? All right, thank you. All right, I'll go ahead and get started. Okay? So boom, right away. I'm going in. Now, what is the customer doing? Right? Thomas is the customer. He's now looking at the folder. He's going into his house. What am I doing? I'm going out and I'm starting to set up my ladder. So when I set up a ladder, there's a specific way that I will work with the ladder, because I know that he could be watching, neighbors could be watching. I literally have had it multiple times where the homeowner will text their neighbors and say, hey, You know, I'm gonna have a roofer up on my roof, I'm really nervous about causing damage to my roof, right? Can you guys keep an eye on him for me while I'm in the house? So they'll literally have, you know, these people keeping on me, watching me. So how am I gonna go through it? Say I got this big ass ladder, right? How you operate your ladder is important. I'm gonna grab this big thing, get up on my shoulder, walk around the house while taking pictures, right? I'm trying to present myself in a way that shows, hey, this guy's handling the ladder, right? I'm going to set everything up, same thing. And okay, I know my tools. I'm going to go through, I'll be on my phone. Come over here and set that up real quick. When I go through, instead I can have, you know, the smaller one, and I'm trying to set it up. The same thing. Every time I go up to the third line, boom, I'm walking around the house. I'm trying to set everything up. I go through and right there. Set it up on the house. I'll start. I'll literally set it. So one thing you don't want to do is know your tools. We don't have this issue. So the way I set that up, right? I sit on the house and then I start climbing up on the roof. I'm wanting to do everything in a specific way for a particular reason. Because I know that they can be watching, neighbors can be watching. Where you set the ladder up matters too. So when I go up there and set the ladder, I'm not wanting to set it on the front of their house where they put brand new gutters. I'm going to walk around to the right side where they have no gutters. Right? So, this one thing that I used to do when I was done, I would just let the ladder drop. Boom. And then I'm off to throw this stuff back in my truck. Right? I do that too. Huh? I know. What am I doing? I'm putting on a show. Right? I'm putting on a show. The funniest thing that I ever did was back when I had a company truck, so I don't do this, but I had a company truck and I had this F-150 with a ladder rack on it. I would literally take my ladder. I had like this huge 40-footer, and I would just let it drop. I would just let it drop on the truck, and it would hit the truck so hard the back of the ladder would pick up. I'd throw it up and strap it up, but it sounded like a bomb went off outside. What the hell was that? I'm just putting my ladder back on my truck. So, little stuff like that. So, I get done doing my process, I take all my photos. I start at the front of the house. I take the front picture, then I take the front right, then I take the right, then I take the back right, then I take the back, then I take the back left, then I take the left, then I take the front left picture and it right back to the front. So I do a full 360 of the property, boom, 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 take all my photos. After I set my ladder, climb up on the roof, do all my inspection, or do my inspection on the roof, take my video, I come back down, I upload my video into my PowerPoint presentation, and I'm ready to go. So the next thing I'm going to do is then approach the door. So I have my computer, and I have everything I need ready to go. So. Yeah. Yep. So that's what he's in there doing now. You find your paperwork, Thomas?
Yeah.
So here we go. Hey, Tom. Hey, good. I'm all finished. Can I step inside? All right, sounds good. Let's go. I got a video I want to show you here. Your roof. So, is your wife home? Yeah, sure. Okay. Do you want to grab her real quick? Yeah. I'll go and upload this real quick if you want to get her, just so I can show you this at the same time.
Hey, Julie! Down here.
Okay, sounds good. Let me just get set up. So, second here. So, no work today?
No.
Would you say this is you do?
Technology.
Okay, technology, very cool. Like what side of technology? Build robots or?
No, I do software sales. service.
Sad. That's what's in there.
Like cloud services and things like that, we find enterprises that need to really pick on.
I don't think anybody understands cloud.
Yeah. It's coming.
The invasion?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. Come on, Julie, let's go. Tell you what, Ray, I think it's
Something, right?
I don't have a lot of time for this. All right, so one thing that I missed on that I'm going to just touch on real quick is shifting their mind to roofing, right? So I gave you stuff so you can look at the folder. But one thing I typically like to do is I'll ask them, what made you guys decide to buy a roof today? He's going to be like, well, I didn't know I was buying a roof today. I thought you were just here to do an inspection. Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot. You're right, today is just a roof inspection, right? But I'm starting to make him think about that. Because that's why I'm here to inspect the roof to begin with. He's going to end up buying a roof. All right. Well, while we're waiting for anyone, you can go ahead and take a look at the attic space. You said that there was a leak somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay. I got my stuff set up here, so I'll just leave that at the table. If we can, let's go take a look at that.
Yeah, it's just right there.
All right.
Sorry, there's a bunch of shit over there.
That's okay. Oh, yeah.
Get up there.
Let's see. Grab a picture of that in there. And then, you notice any other ones?
Yeah, maybe you could tell me, I'm not sure if it's double leak or not, we're having to do it.
Yeah, no, I definitely see it there. And that one there is probably from just like some dirt or HVAC leak or something like that. Oh, look, there's one over here. Did you notice this one? Right there, see the one on the ceiling? All those spots of discoloration. One thing that I'll teach you guys too is when you're using your iPhones, right, they'll always want to turn their lights on in their house, right? Turn them off. Don't have the room completely dark, but when your camera goes off on your phone, there are going to be spots in their room that they do not see when the light's on. Why is that? Well, because you're going, the difference is this, right? Are you going to be able to see the ceiling now? Right? When they have their lights on, they're casting that light down, they're not going to be able to, you see, it's like me trying to see past it. Right? So I ask them, hey, can you turn the lights on or turn them off? Boom, I'll snap a picture, and then I show them, and they're like, holy shit, I didn't notice that was there. Yeah, I could just barely see it, but my camera always picks it up really well. So, all right, well, Julie's here, let's get going. So I went up, I did a walk around, I took photos of the interior leaks that he has. Then I'm going to go up into the attic space. When I'm up in the attic space, what's the easiest way to find a leak in a house? Once you've identified it's on the drywall. Anybody?
Water in the wood, rotten wood, discoloration wood.
Where are you going to find that? In the attic space. Right? You're not going to find it by looking at the drywall. You're not going to find it by standing on top of the roof. You got to get into the attic space and look for what Joe's talking about. Where's the rotting wood at? Is there an H clip or something like that ripped through the underlayment, water dripping right past it? I don't know. So attic inspection, there's a reason why I put this in here, because out of all the roofers, how many of them do you think force their way into their attic space? None of them. Because nobody fucking wants to go up there. It sucks. It's hot, the fiberglass, the spiders, it's dark, scary up there. So nobody wants to go into the attic space, but when you do that, you're really starting to show them, hey, I'm not a salesman, I'm a professional. Right? I know how to climb up this ladder into your attic space. I'm not afraid to walk around your attic space. I'm not afraid to get up on your roof. Those things are important. Yeah.
Some of the water line.
Yeah. So just like what Cameron said, I've walked in 1,000. I just barely see it, but the camera always picks it up really well. So, all right, well, Julie's here. Let's get going. So I went up. I did a walk around. I took photos of the interior leaks that he had. Then I'm going to go up into the attic space. When I'm up in the attic space, what's the easiest way to find a leak in a house? Once you've identified it's on the drywall. Anybody?
Water in the wood, rotten wood, discoloration wood.
And where are you gonna find that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. You're not gonna find it by looking at the drywall. You're not gonna find it by standing on top of the roof. You got to get to the attic space and look for what Joe's talking about. Where's the rotting wood at? Is there a base plume or something like that ripped through the underlayment? The water tripping right past it. I don't know. So attic inspection. There's a reason why we put this in here because out of all the roofers, how many of them do you think force their way into their attic space? None of them. Because nobody fucking wants to go up there. It sucks. It's hot. The fiberglass, the spiders, it's dark, scary up there. So nobody wants to go into the attic space, but when you do that, you're really starting to show them how the skills really professional. Right? I know how to climb up this ladder into your attic space. I'm not afraid to walk around in your attic space. I'm not afraid to get up on your roof. Those things are important.
So there's a great chance of you're not up in all the time. You're going to do or for the rules. Yeah.
Yep.
It's on the water line up there.
Yep. So just like what Cameron said, I've walked in thousands of attics. Okay. And only in 2 instances did I really mess up, but I have before. And so if it happens, it may seem like a big deal because your foot's through their ceiling. You crack your nuts on the. Yeah.
Conscious steps.
That's it. That's it. If they got, insulation that's up to here, okay, and you're walking in it, you're not going to be able to see where the rafters are at. So you're going to have to feel for them.
It's kind of like walking on ice. Like the same way you check every step, that's
Exactly.
the same thing that.
Do you guys all hear that? It's just like walking on ice.
We're walking.
You're checking every step before you put your weight on. So that way you don't bust your nuts.
When you find things like damaged plywood or wet insulation, take pictures of those or videos. You can stop the builder and see they might know that they need a roof, but build that into like I need this yesterday.
Yep, exactly. So you go up to your attic inspection and found that leak. I took a little video. You can see here what you're going to find, guys, when it comes to insulation is where it's leaking. It's going to create a hole. You're going to see a dip, right? Sometimes you're not going to see a huge dip. It can literally just be one drop of water, always landing in the exact same spot. And you seal this insulation and your pen will fit right up. You're like, hey, I found it. Perfect little hole right here and go straight down. Most of the time, it's not going to be the case, but I've seen it where it literally drips in the exact same spot over and over and over again. It's really hard to find it until I saw it there. I've also seen it to where people think that they have leaks on their brand new roof, which it's important to let them know it's brand new roof. It needs to be castrated. That's kind of leak. It could leak, but we're going to fix it. I've seen it to where rats are up in the attic space and they're peeing all over the place. Mm-hmm. Right? Zach? This guy's got a multi-million-dollar house. He got a $200,000 roof that was put on his house. And he's like, there's leaks all over the place. Nope. There wasn't. Not in all the spots. Some of the spots were, actual leaks. And some of them were from this big-ass rat that's up there. That was just peeing all over the drywall and staining their ceiling. So you just never know. That's why you want to get up there to identify the thing. So get to the table and position yourself correctly. All right, Thomas. And so I come in. Julie. All right, let's take a look at this here. I have a video I want to show you guys on your roof. So you will see that? Okay, great. So I'm going to go ahead and start my presentation. So let me jump to the. All right, so I want to go ahead and tell you a little bit about who we are and what we do. So this is one of our offices here in Shamrock, over there at private airport, behind Hayfield. Oh, yeah. So we got a big green building. You can't miss us. Normally, we got a bunch of our shops and stuff parked out there. So this is a little bit. This is just a short video that I want to kind of go through with you guys. Then we'll show you who we are, where we're at, all that stuff, what we do. Obviously, we went through Billboard, Samuel. You guys get a chance to go out there and check that out.
Not on Sanibel, no, but it's the signs leading up to it.
Yeah, you should see it out there. Maybe we should go at this point. And here's some of the first time there. Actually, we're the first time there. The Jordan. Yeah, live load. Well, we were supposed to be out there. We went out there, we took our boat, sunk it. But we thought that the contractors were going to pick up the island, but we met on some cops. They had a straight lot. Yeah, very good. So, a little bit about us there. So, Shamrock is a commercial and residential roofing company. We do both full roof replacements and repairs. That's our location there. You can see we've got a 5-star review at Google. And you can see, we keep an inventory of materials. You see all the pink packages. You guys know what that is? What? Oh, that's one's morning. Hey, you can't bring it on? Oh, yeah. So, serving our community for the last 24 years. So, this guy, Bob, right there, Bob West, and he's business partners for a long time. Actually, 26 years now. We got to update the slide. And those are two of the owners there, and then myself. And, these guys all like it back. That's what's built their business. Most companies don't last 5 years, let alone 26. So they're really good guys to work for. So we say from the roof to the driveway, we've got you covered since 1998. Shamrock's completed over 20,000 projects. Just ask our customers, they love Shamrock. So this number here, right? This is where consistency matters. We're at these trade shows, and some guys are saying, we've been in business for 1 year, right? I'm sitting down at the table. This lady's got 20 properties. Somebody says 1 year, and I'm sitting here telling her saying 26, right? One guy's saying, we completed, 100 projects. I'm saying 20,000 projects. Where does this 20,000 projects come from? Does anybody on the show know this? Because I know that you guys don't, so I haven't told anyone. Nobody knows. I asked Bob. I said, Bob, how many projects has Shamrock completed? Shamrock Asphalt Services. He said 10,000. I was like, how do you let a number, real number? He's like, man, easily over probably 20 to 30,000 projects. Right. 20,000 projects, right? Me personally, I've built thousands of roads, right? And the companies that I work for have built tens of thousands of roads, right? And I've been there and seen that process. Francisco, how many projects do you think you can do?
Probably 500.
Yeah, 500 to 1,000.
Yeah, about 500 to 1,000.
Yeah, that's one guy, So through a collection of people, lots of projects I've been using. So just so you guys know that you don't have to hang up on it, but just so you guys understand this organization. All right, Thomas, so here's a video of your notes that I took. I'm going to go ahead and just show you so that way you can kind of see what you got going on. I know the roofer out there so far with this here in town. So in this video, I'm talking. I wish we had the technology for here so you guys could actually hear it. So I'll let it play for a minute. I'm sitting there explaining all this stuff like I typically would. So you can see over here on the right-hand side on the front, the hip and ridge caps are missing. You can see this ridge riser right here. You can see this screw that's still left in place. Well, this screw ended up wallowing its way out. The hip and ridge caps ended up breaking off and sending this out, and this screw is just left behind, barely holding on. So you can see these other ones are still in place. That's because there's probably a little bit of foam adhesion that might be holding that lower one down. But the rest of the roof's installed the same way. So type of roof that you have here, you can see the mortar starting to deteriorate, fall out. These tiles here, they're all loose. You got no screws on them. And they went through and they did a foam installation. The problem with this foam installation is that they did over a modified vitamin roofing system. You can see these granules there. These granules are not designed to allow that foam to hold on. So let me put this back in place real quick. All right, so this, right, and I've been there and seen that process. Francisco, how many projects do you think you can do?
Probably 500.
Yeah, 500 to 1,000.
Yeah, about 500 to 1,000.
Yeah, that's one guy, So through a collection of people, projects I've been using. So just so you guys know that you don't have to hang up on it, but just so you guys understand this PowerPoint presentation. All right, Thomas, so here's a video of your roof that I took. I'm going to go ahead and just show you so that way you can kind of see what you got going on and the roof out there so far from the exterior going down. So in this video, I'm talking. I wish we had the technology over here so you guys could actually hear it. So I'll let it play for a minute. I'm sitting there explaining how to say it like I typically would. So you can see over here on the right-hand side of the front, the hip and ridge caps are missing. You can see this ridge riser right here. You see this screw that's still left in place? Well, this screw ended up wallowing its way out. The hip and ridge caps ended up breaking off and sending this out, and this screw is just left behind, barely holding on. So you can see these other ones are still in place. That's because there's probably a little bit of foam adhesion that might be holding that lower one down. But the rest of the roof's installed the same way. So type of roof that you have here, you can see the mortar starting to deteriorate, fall out. These tiles here, they're all loose. You got no screws on them. And they went through and did a foam installation. The problem with this foam installation is that they did over a modified vitamin roofing system. You can see these granules here. These granules are not designed to allow that foam to hold on. So let me put this back in place real quick. All right, so these granules here, you can see the deblistering on the roof. You can see the deterioration. And what you're really going to find is this foam starting to break down, deteriorate, and it's really got nothing to hold on to me. So you can see right here. You guys are probably going to have some issues just because I know water's going to start to get under there. So I'll move on to the next spot. So just overall, you can see you got a lot of damage to this roof. I know your insurance company was looking to pay for this roof. And I believe you said that they sent you a check already. So we really need to get this roof started as soon as possible. A roof this size will probably cost you around $60,000 to $80,000, upwards of $100,000. I'm going to go ahead and take a look. But I see your neighbors all got new roofs, and I'd like to get you into a newer style, like the flat style that the neighbor has there. But it depends on what their architectural design is. If you want to go with something like your neighbor has over there, they've got flat tile, they've got a standing seam tile or a standing seam metal panel, just like the neighbor down the street. Then there's one project down the street there that has stone coated steel on it as well. So if that's the look that you're going for, really easy for us to achieve that. The way we're going to reinstall your head to ridge gaps, you're going to be different where all this stuff's going to be in screwed across the whole roof, making the roof a more solid foundation where you're not going to have these issues like you have today. So we'll get all this stuff stripped off down to the decking, replace all the underlayments, have the county come out here to do a full inspection. Once the inspection passes, you can go back and start installing your new tile on that old roof. So I'll bring this down and show you what I got. Thanks. So what I want to do is I'm going to just play this just for shits and giggles. It's a little long, but I don't remember how there's good little jobs. So this is one of Eugene's jobs.
That was what? It was me.
It was you, Eugene's?
Yeah.
You have it on your phone?
Yeah.
You do?
The estimate?
No, the video.
The video? No, you took the video.
What's her address?
Let me check. Her name's Christy in the system.
So one thing too is like before I'll get started for Thomas here and his wife Julie, is I'll go through and I'll open up my pictures, right? Because what I'm trying to do is to show them. I'll do like you guys can see how I go through and I take my clients as well. I'll take my clients and I'll put them into their own folders. Right, so I can always find the documents. Once I'm done uploading the videos, once I'm done uploading the stuff that I needed from them, I'll go through and delete all their stuff out. But what I'm trying to do here is as I'm like, oh, here's that one example that I was trying to mention to you about your roof. Right, I'm going through this and I'm like trying to find this one picture of this one roof. And all they're seeing are all these photos, all of these roofs, right? So If you guys don't have some pictures on your phone yet or on your iPad, get them on there and use it as a tool. All right, Tom. So, like I mentioned in that video, we do prepare estimates on the spot. You said you had that estimate from your insurance company. Is that correct? Yeah. All right, let's take a look at that. Yeah. Okay, so let's page 3. So that's right now we're looking for. Okay. All right. So it looks like they did go through and agree to pay for roofs to be replaced. I did notice on the ground there was another damage to it. I also would like to cover your way down. Not like it has anything to do with that, so we want to make sure that we go back to the insurance company. That we're requesting everything, needing stuff that's just if there's stuff that comes up along the project that we're going to be requesting them. They'll take all that stuff. You guys don't worry about anything. You're going to be in constant communication. So, if there's anything that you notice, I'll try to get that stuff covered for you. So let's see. Looks like so right here they pay $65,000 for the dump charge that they put in. Let's see. The gutter drain, you want the gutter dribblers?
It's only about 3 years old.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to take it down here this right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the spikes that are holding the gutters on, they go through the drip edge, it's part of the roof. That all that stuff has to come on. Okay. So you're gonna do gutters, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's some window screens on here joined. Let's see, there's the window screens. There's landscaping. There's the furniture that they paid for. Do you have your furniture below or something?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at it.
Screens, garage door, your garage door paid for. And the shit out back. So I got almost in. It's all work, not beginning. So you don't need students. We don't do landscaping. And we don't have furniture stored. So, all this stuff we're not doing, I'll explain how all this stuff works here. Okay? So, this right here is an example, John, of what, your traditional estimate would be from a roofing contractor. And just like this paperwork that we're looking at, this is what an insurance estimate breakdown looks like. My problem is you'll see on the left-hand side here. See that 57.92 squares? Yeah. See that same number on the right side? All right, well, this right here is their initial estimate. So, initially, Thomas, they went there and they agreed to pay $29,432.10 for the roof year. They said that this is how much needed to be replaced, when in reality, this is how much actually had to be replaced. So, for that same 57.92 squares, and they thought it was going to be $30,000, they ended up paying $51,851 for that one. We didn't determine that price. The insurance company determined the price. You just had to determine what was fair price. So there's a little bit of a process behind this, supplemental process. We take care of all that stuff. So what I've gone through and done is I did go and measure your roof out. So you'll see here, this is just an example, but specific towards this right here, the measurements of your roof. You can see you got 46 linear feet of footage right there. You really need to think about improving your roof ventilation. Then you got another 51 feet on the back side. So I really like to make sure we do the 51, 46, and the 22. That little 12-foot section is probably more work than it's worth, and then opens you guys up to some potential issues. So this is an example of an Eagle View. It's used by more than 90% of the major insurance carriers and roofing contractors. When you choose to work with us, we'll order an Eagle View for you free of charge to give you the most accurate to mine, it allows for us to be able to see the roof replacement process failing. So, what we use is a system called Roof Links CRM. We use to track every job from start to finish. In Roof Links, what happens is our whole team is going to be allowed to be and able to communicate with each other. So, if you just fly out, see that same number on the right side. All right, well, this right here is their initial estimate. So, initially, Thomas, they went there and they agreed to pay $29,432.10 for the roof year. They actually said that this is how much needed to be replaced, when in reality, this is how much actually had to be replaced. So, for that same 57.92 squares, and they thought it was going to be $30,000, they ended up paying $51,851. for that roof. We didn't determine that price. The insurance company determined the price. We just had to determine it was a fair price. So there's a little bit of a process behind this. It's a supplemental process. We take care of all that stuff. So what I've gone through and done is I go and measure your roof out. So you'll see here, this is just an example, but specific towards this right here is the measurements of your roof. You can see you got 46 linear feet of pitch right there. You really need to think about improving your raised ventilation. Then you got another 51 feet on the back side. So I really like to make sure we get a 51, 46, and 22. That little 12-foot section is probably more work than it's worth, but it opens you guys up to some potential issues. So this is an example of an Eagle View. It's used by more than 90% of major insurance carriers and roofing contractors. When you choose to work with us, we'll order an Eagle View for you free of charge to give you the most accurate it allows for us to be the most huge roof replacement process available. So what we use is a system called RoofLinks CRM. We use to track every job from start to finish. In RoofLinks, what happens is our whole team is going to be allowed to be and able to communicate with each other, to include the supply house, the crew leaders, the project managers, the production managers, and your insurance. There's also notifications that will get sent to your phone numbers from someone here in the California number. That's our system. RoofLinks, just like you said here, that technology business.
Yeah.
They're based out of California. So you'll see messages come through. It's just trying to keep you in the vehicle whatsoever. Just like now we confirmed our phone on your phone today. We'll continue to do that when your crew's going to be delivered. When the crew's going to show up, all that stuff will be sent to your phone. So we say roofing is hard enough as it is, right? Why make it any harder? This system helps us to make it a little bit easier. So you have a tile roof. Here's a short video on Oral. They just got launched by a company called Westlake. So this right here is just the tile installation guide and product information that you find from their website that explains why to buy their product and how to install it. The problem is they're saying you can use 25% less foam. That foam's what's holding your roof on. So you don't want to cut yourself short on that. This is what, if you don't work with a roofing contractor like me, who really doesn't know how everything to improve, they're going to follow this installation guide and install your roof the same way that they did before. But they didn't use enough foam, and that's why you're okay. But this is the product. You can see the difference in adhesion, blah, blah, blah. How many for living is let's see, what the issue we have. If you guys want to think about going to a metal roof, so this explains that process. The first thing you have to do on any roofing system is put down your moisture barrier. So we're going to go ahead and install a full peel and space system down to the deck. This way, if you guys are doing metal, you guys are doing tile. So, just like with tile, this underlayment here is the OC tile metal underlayment. It has fiberglass on top of it, so that way whenever we spray that adhesive foam down, it's going to root itself into that fiberglass, reach up, grab that tile, and lock it down. So this is a really good video on shingles. This is a really good video on how the contracts go forward, or how the process works. So if we're going through this process, right, we are arguing on the company, right? Who is the company? What do we do? And how is it done? This presentation is showing you how it goes down from the very beginning. So it says, from the moment you sign a contract with your roofing contractor, the process is going to begin. Your project supervisor will arrive at the day that the materials are delivered. So they're going to do a full walk around the property to assess what you have, the material now, and make sure that everything is ready to start your roofing project. Before the crew gets started, we'll go through and mark out any issues that we notice. The crew will show up, they'll get all their safety PPE on, all that stuff, and get the roof set up. They're going to tear the roof off. They're going to get the roof dried in. During that process of drying, we want to make sure that everything's protected. The landscaping is protected. So we'll lay tarps around the whole entire property. If there's anything in particular, Thomas, that you want to make sure that we focus on, just let me know today. This way I can make sure my guys cover it. So once the roof's stripped off, if there's any rotting wood up there on the deck, we're going to go ahead and cut those out. If we can't cut the plywood out and replace it the same day, we won't. So we'll pull it out. We'll put it to sides. and we'll go ahead and pop in a new piece there. I'll go ahead and personally cover a few sheets for you. After that, you guys do have to pay for plywood. That's that. So we like to use this video because it shows what the other roofing contractors are doing. They're installing that felt. It's that felt that's in the video. Your felt paper here rips and tears really easily. So I'll bring samples with me, and then I'm wanting to hand you times. That's felt paper. You ever felt up before?
No, it's started.
Yeah, so that's just really easy to rip and tear. It's the lowest grade product that you can put up onto your roof. What we use in Healing Fixes in the video, you saw these in out. In this video, they're also only putting 4 nails per shingle. So this is another roofing contractor's video that they spent a lot of time and money to record, and they did everything wrong. The way the flash was installed is incorrect. They put a bunch of nail boards down and sprayed, but now you have a bunch of holes in them. Their heavy ridge fabs really aren't installed that clean. You can see how crooked the shingles are from the left side over to the right. You know, they're not installing anything correctly. So we'd like to show this video just because attention to detail is important, just like they're explaining in this video. But at the end of the day, you know, when you work with us, you're going to get the highest level of materials, products, and service from start to finish. So, yeah, that's it.
Oh my God.
You see the weakness of the underlayment. You're planting that seed out. At the same time, you're explaining the process of how every roofing contractor does this process. There's no difference between what they're doing here, what we're going to do, what Joe Schmo Roofing Co. is going to do, right? It's always going to be the same process, but you really don't know what you're going to get. And that's why I showed this video. You can tell them, this is not what you're going to get. You're going to get way better than this. We're going to make this kind of laughable. Right?
I got a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you show them this video of the bad job, do we have another video of our job?
So and we've been trying to get with a videographer for a while to do that. But what's happening is while I'm showing this video and why I've done this so many times with this video, is because it works. Right?
Okay.
You're sitting there watching the wife. Oh my God, I lost a lot of shit.
Great.
And me and the husband are laughing about it.
Yeah, they're saying the same thing too. Like, oh no.
Yeah, you guys are laughing at it, right?
Right.
Like, look
no.
how bad this looks.
Well, in the one part you can sell gutters and they're clicking on the drip edge.
That's right. Those guys are notching on the drip edge. There's so many little things you take part in that video that will help you to sell yourselves, to show that you know what you're talking about, to be able to laugh at other people's work without name dropping any local roofing contractor, throwing mud on anybody else. You just get to sit there and kind of laugh at them, you know? But while you're laughing at the sound to the video is really professional, right? They're explaining the whole process from start to finish, very professional. It just looks like shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's like the perfect video, because it sounds perfect. So, all right, Tom. So after we go ahead and tear the roof off, dry it, you're gonna have to do the permanent inspection process. So we'll file for your permit right away. No work is gonna be started on your property without a postal permit. You'll need to fill out the NOC and the roofing application form, which will have that signed, notarized, ordered by the county. Take care of all that stuff for you guys. And since you know, you have, you know. Then we'll schedule for your giant inspection. So after the roof's going on, drive in. You'll come out and we'll do an inspection on the rock. If you have a tile roof, there's a mid-roof inspection, where once we start to install the ridge risers, once we install the first 2 courses of tile with screws and all valley metal, they're going to want to come out and seal that stuff. Okay? So that's the mid-roof inspection. That's typically one of the thickest ones. They'll be in and out really fast. And then once everything's done, they'll come back and do one final inspection. So at the end, they'll come through, they'll do the final inspection, and you'll assembly pass all our inspections. Regularly becomes the building inspectors too, because of our workmanship. Don't tell you that sometimes when you go on inspection, just you open and trust the lead person. So, again, it's all done. We're fully licensed, insured, and bonded. And if there's an HOA, you're responsible for that. Is there a mortgage on the house?
No.
Okay, congratulations. That's good. So you don't really have to worry about this process, but if you did, the check that your insurance company sends, did you just recently pay off the house?
Yeah.
Okay, so they like to have the mortgage company on that check. If they send it with the mortgage company on it, we'll have to send it back, have the insurance company reissue a new check. If for whatever reason they want us to process it with the mortgage company, there's a contractor affidavit form. You'll fill it out. We'll send that stuff in and get that processed. You do have two choices though. The first one's contact your mortgage company and have them process it through their step-by-step system. If you guys want to go through the headache of doing that, first option. Option B is just having it. It's a lot easier having you do it. I'm a roofer at the end of the day, so that's how you do it. So whatever you want to go about doing. So we like to say buy local and city and bumper sticker on Minecraft that said that. So as us being local roofing contractors, there's a lot of guys that's being sworn. They came in and they gave just cheapest prices in the world, right? Well, it's all insurance for it. That's why everyone's here work. There's adjusters are here. So at the end of the day, prices you guys are going to pay is the same to me as any other roofer. So you know. So how much was your deductible?
20. Yeah.
Okay. So is that something that you can afford to pay right now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So we don't need to go through financing options if you wanted to. If you do that 12 months, 0% interest. Saves cash. So did you want to do that or not? You take the money?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So what you have now, Thomas, is a good roofing system. It's a builder grade roofing system. Now, you'll see here, Thomas, on this form that I got for you. So let's take a look. So you have a price for your insurance company of $65,000, right? Well, what they're paying for what you currently have is good roofing system. Okay? I can improve that though for you a little bit and get you in a better roofing system, but it's 65. That other roofing contract that you talked to, they said that they can do it for 60, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's going really back to those great roofing 60,000. Okay. Now, you'll see here, you have options if you want to do the solar powered vents, all that good stuff for 75,000. Right? I know there's a bigger price tag, $10,000 difference to go into that package, but for that you are getting for that underlying responsible. That's this underlying right here, which is the GAF or whatever, the grease under thing, whatever it is that you guys build into your package specifically, which is what you're going to use. So you can see that, that's the best product that you have there. You have fully viewed underlayments, solar power roof vents, starter strips on the eaves and on the rails, burn and seal the drip edge, all that good stuff. Now with the better roofing system, you're going to get fully viewed underlayment. Improved grid ventilation, like I told you, starter strips, along So which option would you like to go with?
I really like the vents, but I do it.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I think it's the stuff over there.
I just gotta get some
On here.
more
Figure
questions.
it's 65.
Are you doing
So, other than working this out
Not really.
with the insurance company, see how I naturally skip that really fast? That's just habit. Other than working this out with your insurance company or the cost of your deductible, is there any other reason why you can't hire me?
No, we should take my assistant on it.
I want to reason that you can't do it.
No, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think, you said sound good. This,
Okay. What is there? Is maybe I can help you guys do this.
but, I mean, everything you said sounds great, but, building
Right? I know there's a bigger price tag, $10,000 difference to go into that package, but for that you are getting for that underlying responsible. That's this underlying right here, which is the GAF or whatever, the grease under and whatever it is that you guys build into your package specifically, which is what you're going to use. So you can see that, that's the best product that you have there. You have fully viewed underlayments, solar power roof vents, starter strips on the eaves and on the rails, burn and seal the drip edge, all that good stuff. Now with the better roofing system, you're going to get fully viewed underlayment. Improved grid ventilation, like I told you, starter strips, all I know. So which option would you like to go with?
Mm. I mean, I really like the last doing. That's what
Yeah, I agree. That's why I think it's the stuff under that.
I just gotta listen.
On your big actual 65. So, other than working this out with your insurance company, see how I naturally skip past it really fast. That's just habit. Um, other than working this out with your insurance company or the cost of your deductible, is there any other reason why you can't hire this?
no, you shouldn't take it as a sleep on it.
I want to forget leader. I can't do it.
No, yeah. Both sides. Yeah, I mean, I think you said sounds good. Just
Okay. What is there? Maybe I can have you guys do this.
no, I mean, everything you said sounds great, but Dylan, you said 55,000. Part of the less.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, then go ahead and hire him. Because at the end of the day, we know quality written systems, and I know what costs to build them, and I don't have this, astronomical margin. Same list here that your roofer, the other guy is buying his field from, I'm buying his field from. The same products that, he's saying he's going to purchase, even though he never specified it, right? He didn't actually go through and present all this stuff to you. So I don't even know if it's apples to apples, but I can tell you right now that it doesn't appear to be impossible. So I've had a lot of people who got their thoughts, whether they took the money and ran or they plugged an inferior system on their house. So if you guys are just focused on price, go ahead and have it. Because we're not a price contractor, we're a quality contractor. Okay? So you guys want me to come back or? Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else other than having to think about it, like with choosing the other roofing contractor that is, trying to figure out what to do?
No, I mean, we definitely need to do that.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, let me see here. So we broke it down. As far as your price goes, um, whether it's for 65 or 55, at the end of the day, it's insurance. So you guys have depreciation on your roof, right?
Yeah.
They only pay you how much to start with?
It's like 42 or something.
Okay, so they still owe, based on your paperwork, you're 65, they owe you another 23,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So out of that $22,000 difference that they owe you, if you didn't get a roofing contractor for 55,000, they're only going to give you about 10,000, right? To 13. With us, it doesn't matter what the dishonest or that cost for you guys, Thomas, for you and your wife, it's your deductible. So if your insurance company goes through and I identify a bunch more things that they didn't pay for, and that turns out to be $100,000 roof, you're not paying for that. You're paying your $20,000 deductible. If you go with Joe Schmo roofing for $55,000, you know how much you're paying in on this? $20,000. You're still paying $20,000 because you're only going to lose money in depreciation because your insurance company is not going to look at you got to stay ahead on your roofing. They're here to provide coverage for your roofing system here. Okay. So if the cost is $6,500 or $40,000, with me or the other roofing contractor, okay. So look, Thomas, it's really, really simple. You guys have 3 day right over study. Okay? This you guys have 8 days and I don't have to come back. I am assuming this is, I got a busy schedule. I will come back for you guys. But if you guys really feel as comfortable as they say you do right now, it's really simple. I've got this I've got this contract here. You got 3 days to cancel. You got 1 cancel nothing out. You said you could write check for the 20,000 today. If you want to hold on to that, you guys can hold on to that. I just want to get you guys into our process so that way you're not delaying the process. I've got 5 more appointments today. I've got another 10 tomorrow. So by the time we talk again in 24 hours, I'm probably gonna have another 10 groups in front of you guys. Okay? So if I can get you guys into the line now, you'll have 3 days to think about it. I'll come back to you 20,000 later. I can even pick it up and choose to deliver. Is that something you guys would be agreeable to do today?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So all I need then is for you to sign right here. Sorry, Nick, this is sending a customer thing.
Oh shoot, it is. I just got enough.
You did? Okay. Is Fred good to go?
We're working on it. Everything's what's up?
Hopefully I didn't just mess it up. But this was one of my cousins. I literally saw your name. Alright, so all I need you to do here, Thomas, I'm going to read through this with you guys real quick. So you can see the description of the estimate. I broke everything down for you for full tear off and installation. You guys are going with a 5B metal panel. So signing the agreement, you guys can get to read through all that stuff. That's 42.7 squares. What it costs from the insurance company is $65,000. If we have to renail the roofing deck, they didn't pay for that. It will be a code item. I'll get them to pay for that stuff. But I did put it in there just because I'm going to have to send them a copy of this as well. So you have your roof ridge ventilation, your ventilation, all that good stuff. The 47, 71. In other words, $20,000. Your down payment today is for $20,000. You guys said you don't want to finance it out, so the insurance company will owe us a difference of $45,000. So all I need you to do is just go ahead with your finger sign right there. Okay, that looks great. Thank you very much. We're going to go ahead and put the date on there. And everything is good to go here. So, you guys have any other questions?
When did we get started?
Well, I'm going to give it a few days here. I'll make sure I phone call. Just so that way, I don't start anything right away. But drop triggers on Wednesdays. So as of Wednesday, which today is Monday, so you guys can let me know tomorrow. I'll get it on this. Okay? All right, man. Well, I really appreciate you guys' business. I don't mind me asking you, what made you guys decide to hire me?
You're very thorough.
Saying
We did a lot of other things, and I'm proud.
Thank you. I try to be, and I try to maintain throughout the system or throughout the process of what happens. I know that you probably have some neighbors and stuff that I saw you in roofs. You haven't had any of your numbers? Maybe something I'm talking to them too.
Well, I know John has excellent. That's a lot of part. I
saw that.
Go ahead, I'll do that.
Okay, well, let's finish this up real quick, and then you want to go talk to them with me? All right, then shoot him a text real quick and see if you can stop out.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
this is wrong.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Julie. I'm looking forward to putting a beautiful roof on your house. And I'll see you guys here in a few days. All right, let's go see you later. All right. So, thank you.
Deserve an Oscar.
So he got me there to where I had two options, right? So I'm kind of tripping over my own words. Now, I'm trying to think. How the hell do I overcome this objection, right? Didn't expect it, didn't know how to go about doing it right then and there, but then I remembered, okay, well, at the end of the day, the price is the price.
Mm-hmm.
It's an insurance company, right?
That was what really.
Yeah, that's it. So I just had to use the information that I gathered earlier, and I put all that stuff in my back pocket. No, that blows my bullets. That's not ammunition. But sometimes you're scrambling. Trying to load up my gun. I'm trying to get ready for this. And so sometimes you just have to take a deep breath and just ask, what can I do to help you guys to overcome this decision? I'm just trying to help you guys. He's trying to push me out the door. And it's really easy to say, okay, I can see you, call me if you guys want a roof and just run out the door. That's a big thing. I know that you probably have some neighbors and stuff that I saw you in roofs. You haven't had any of their numbers? Maybe something I'm talking to them too.
Well, I know John has excellent. That's a lot of part.
I saw that.
Go ahead, I'll do that.
Okay, well, let's finish this up real quick, and then you want to go talk to them with me? All right, then shoot him a text real quick and see if you can stop by.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
This is wrong.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Julie. I'm looking forward to putting a beautiful roof on your house. And I'll see you guys here in a few days. All right, let's go see you later. All right. So, thank you.
Deserve an Oscar.
So he got me there to where I had two options, right? So I'm kind of tripping over my own words. I'm trying to think. How the hell do I overcome this objection, right? Didn't expect it, didn't know how to go about doing it right then and there, but then I remembered, Okay. Well, at the end of the day, the price is the price. So it's your insurance company.
Yeah.
Right?
That was what really.
Yeah, that's it. So I just had to use the information that I gathered earlier, and I put all that stuff in my back pocket. That blows my bullets. That's my ammunition. But sometimes you're scrambling. Trying to load up my gun. I'm trying to get ready for this. And so sometimes you just have to take a deep breath and just ask them, what can I do to help you guys to overcome this decision? I'm just trying to help you guys. He's trying to push me out the door. And it's really easy to say, okay, see you, call me if you got some more roof and just run out the door. Yeah, that's a big thing. Said that a big thing to make money. Yeah, yeah.
Don't know that they should something different. Well,
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So now I just rehear their decisions to where they're going to sit there and think about, this guy's got a better roofing system and he seems okay. But if we can get the other guy to guarantee that they put the exact same roof that this guy's offering us for 55, I'm going to make some money. That's what it almost always comes back to. It's money, right? The time objection was, I just need to sleep on. What was the real objection? It was money. It was money. So I'm sitting here trying to overcome time objections, and I realized this isn't time, this is money. So let's figure out how to explain to them how money works. And then as soon as you're able to overcome that stuff, boom, you're moving on, you're on to the next thing, and he signed a contract. So for a second there, I didn't think I'd give him sign it. So that was really good. So you guys got to kind of see the whole rundown of what the appointment's supposed to look like from start to finish. Thomas, you have.
Yeah. The process, if you do that like you did it on every appointment, you're going to close in a very high rate. And the reason being, each one of these steps is eliminating possible objections, building yourself up as a professional, right? So you're building a rapport. He's gathering that ammo to put in his back pocket, right? In the company in the slideshow, he's building up the company that they can trust, taking down other companies, not directly, but that puts that in your mind. The product demo, you know exactly what you're getting and why that happens, right? So you close.
On the subject, just for 2 seconds. So one thing that I did not do during that process, just that you guys got to understand, I'm already taking 2 hours of your guys' time to go through this. Okay. Normally, this process should take you guys an hour, right? So you have to know when to move in from one thing to the other, right? Product demonstration, handing the white colors. I could try to teach you guys this stuff sitting here, but the only place you're really going to learn it is out there, right? It's at the table, trying to get you guys out there in front of people and then really get to interact with people that don't know that I know the system that sets them up, right? It's going to knock them down like every single time. They don't know what they're getting themselves into. And so it's really easy. And it's real smooth. This is hard. Because, he knows you guys are watching and judging and trying to. It's really simple when you're sitting at the table. So you want to make sure you guys are doing a really good product demonstration. And sometimes the best time to do that product demonstration is a time when you need to relieve the pressure, right? So in that situation where he was like, yeah, I don't know, we got to think about it. I understand. For me to try to think how I overcome this without scrambling, what I could have done to try to draw more information is taking all that pressure off and saying, I totally understand. You guys need the night to think about it? That's great. Let me give you a couple more things to think about. Then I go into a product demonstration. This is how your roof is going to be built. This is, the type of screws that you use, blah, blah, blah. Get their minds kind of pulled off. Get that pressure kind of relieved a little bit to buy yourself some time to think about how to overcome that objection. So product demonstrations are extremely important. Hands-on demo, always going to go examples to the wide, and go to explain the good, better, best. Who did that? The pre-close was don't try to overcome objections at this point. So you want to jump back in? Or just get rolling? So don't try to overcome objections at this phase. The pre-close was when, at the beginning, I was trying to ask them, other than I didn't ask you pre-close. I did.
Other than working this out with your insurance company.
Yep.
Are you bad?
Yes. Sorry, yeah, I did. Okay, so I asked other than working so with your insurance company or the cost of your double, is there any other reason why you can't hire me today? They then gave me some objections to overcome. Think about how you'll overcome their price and time objection. Okay? That's exactly how that just went through and how that all flowed. We should have been looking through this the wall that's going on so they can see that because I was doing this stuff just like you said, my unconsciously was doing this process without reading any slides. So present the proposal, measure the roof in your truck or at the table, do the system before the presentation, fill out the form for the good of their investor, explain and isolate the tactics that fits their needs. So you've done all that, then close, asking for the business, overcome the objections, get some closing question. If your presentation is at the bottom of the pyramid, you want to explain this one? Sure. Perfect. That's a good explanation.
So every appointment we go to, we want to do this full demonstration, and we want to present our proposals at the table while we're there. Right? We're not going to go do an inspection and come back and send them back. Right? That's not going to happen. So we're going to present proposals. We're going to overcome objections. We're going to try and close. So if you do this whole process, and your presentation is 10 minutes, you don't explain things very well, your close is going to be this big. Right? So think of your head. The smaller your presentation, the bigger the close. Right? But if we go through, we do this whole thing really thorough, there's no company objection.
I did.
Other than working this out with your insurance company.
Yep.
Are you bad?
Yes. Sorry, yeah, I did. Okay, so I asked other than working so with your insurance company or the cost of your double, is there any other reason why you can't hire me today? They then gave me some objections to overcome. Think about how you'll overcome their price and time objection. Okay? That's exactly how that just went through and how that all flowed. We should have been looking through this wall that's going on so they can see that because I was doing this stuff just like you said, my unconsciously was doing this process without reading any slides. So present the proposal, measure the roof in your truck or at the table, do the system before the presentation, fill out the form for the good of their investor, explain and isolate the tactics that fits their needs. So you've done all that, then close, asking for the business, overcome the objections to get some closing question. If your presentation is at the bottom of the pyramid, you want to explain this one? Sure. Perfect. That's a good explanation.
So every appointment we go to, we want to do this full demonstration, and we want to present our proposals at the table while we're there. Right? We're not going to go do an inspection, come back and send them back. Right? That's not going to happen. So we're going to present proposals. We're going to overcome objections. We're going to try and close. So if you do this whole process, and your presentation is 10 minutes, you don't explain things very well, your close is going to be this big. Right? So think of your head. The smaller your presentation, the bigger the close. Right? But if we go through, we do this whole thing really thorough, there's no company objection. You know, there's no doubts, doesn't need to talk to you. Right? There's no product on the shit or objection. It's none of that. So our presentation is in date. The close is this. A lot smaller. But there's no objections that I can give them other than time and money. If I don't give a presentation, I can say, I don't know about your company, let me research it. I'm going to look at other products, other things, whatever it is. Right? So the better that we do this, the easier it's going to be to ask.
You want to answer more questions before they turn into questions.
Right. Yeah, because you're answering every objection before they come up. And when he asks, it just comes down to money. And that's something really good.
Okay, so good question. Run through your whole process so you can sell the value. Have something offered and push them over the edge to the close. What did I have to offer? Anything?
The upgraded, the upgrade roof.
I have a better roofing system for the exact same price as anyone else.
Yeah.
So why not that? Last but not least, at the end of the day, call your manager to ask for a special price discount. Allow your manager to help you close your deals. with a one-time only special offer, just have them overcome the objection. So I'm your best weapon. Whether I'm at the table or not, I can be at the table. If you guys can just text me and tell me where you're at, I can answer the phone. If Thomas is sitting there saying, hey, he's available, because we've been doing this long enough to know what most of the objections are, right? You can call Francisco, he's going to know objection to overcome Kim. You can call him, he's going to have, a way for you guys to get to that close. And sometimes if it's coming down to money and you're wanting that customer to feel like you're their friend, you're their advocate to help them get the roof done, you're like, damn, I can probably hook you up. Then you call and you're like, hey, I really like this customer. Is there anything we could do to help this guy out, please? Like I'm asking for me to see it. And then I'll be like, yeah, I'll work it out. I need to look at it. What's the deal? I'll sit there. Hey, how's it going? Mr. Joe. Good. Okay. Well, thanks for taking the time to go through this process with us. We really like to hear your business. Let me see what I can do for you. And I'll start to draw objections. I'll start to ask questions and start to engage with them and see if I can pull some objections real quick while I'm working the price. Because maybe it's not a price thing. So I'll help with your guys' flow help with you guys to close. I'll help with your appointments. So, is there anything else?
That was the whole thing. That was the whole process throughout this week. And continuously, we're going to break that down and train on it. So tomorrow we'll go through building a good, best proposal, how to present that, how to build value in that, right? We'll go through product demos, how to demonstrate what you have, what separates and things like that. So that was a lot, but you got to know the whole thing and then you can break it down and start training.
So, all right, we're going to build some samples. Who has pre-built sample boards? You did.
Okay.
Okay, good job. You build them yourself?
Yes, sir.
Good job. So I can tell him to do that. Just like him and I are very similar in that, to where I would always do that stuff for myself. I would go out of my way to build my own sample boards because I want you guys to prepare it as I can possibly be. So we're going to try to scramble and get some of that stuff for you guys and you can build them together. Who wants to run that up? No.
I don't mind.
You want to run it?
Yeah.
You'll run it? You guys have to go up there?
I got nothing but that.
So Devontae, if you want to run that one with him?
Yeah, I'll go.
All right, so once you guys run to that one, and I have to reschedule it. Let's see if they can find it.
That's deep. Yeah. That's just a
Oh, Sean, yeah, we can't. You got to stay.
Okay.
You got this commercial.
Gotcha.
It's up there, Devontae.
Yeah, Lakeland's about 2.5 from here.
What?
Lakeland.
Yeah, I know. But it's a good house, Devontae. Look. 95 squares.
Is it a shingles on it now?
I know, seriously.
That's probably the biggest house in Lakeland. They don't get that big over there.
Super cool lady too. I think she owns a bunch of stuff. Okay. So she was ready to go. I was not show. I was like this close. So
Can you add me on that job?
yeah. So you do that. All right. Well, the last thing I wanted to just say, you guys saw it up here. If you start something, finish it. Something that my dad was always really hard on me about. I'll use an example. So Michael went through and swept floors, right? That was really cool. It's really nice that he stepped up to sweep floors. But then there was a pile of trash on the bottom, right? He swept the floors and left all the dirt for it to just get kicked around and then make a big mess, essentially. Whether it's that or you're using, a vacuum and you don't wrap up the extension cord. If you start something, finish it. I never would start a painting project or a window installation project without, if I can't finish the same day, because there's maybe more windows than I can put in that day or whatever, I made sure that my job site was completely clean. Even if, whatever I said, $40,000 to $80,000, upwards of $100,000, right? So I didn't shoot myself in the foot. They were listening and engaging because I didn't take myself out of the competition yet. But I'm trying to say stuff in that video that's uncomfortable to say face to face sometimes.
Gotcha.
Right? Because they're going to be ooh-ahhing and talking for video. But now I don't have to do that. I can take that pressure away. So I do want to talk about price. I do want to talk about, time and money as much as I can in those videos. It's to set myself up as a professional It's to set them up to give you objections, and it's designed to knock them down. But, planting all those seeds, throwing all that information, getting to where you're trying to take it. If you're not hitting on certain points during the video, then they're just like watching this video, or critique yours, or they're watching this video, you're like, okay, great. I didn't get any, I don't feel anything. That's right. I'm trying to make them feel something.
And you want to paint that sense of urgency.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not just planting a seed of doubt and then driving into this negative. It's like plant that seed of doubt, like it was a seed that fell into your pot. Oops, didn't need to plant that there. You're trying to set them up to where you plant that thing. You're just like, oh, I'm just doing my thing. I'm just a professional explaining your roofing system. I'm just explaining on this process what we're doing your roofing inspection. What they don't know is that you're setting them up to get them to where you're trying to go. Cool.
And it's taking everything from everybody because it's great. His what works for him. You're gonna find your own path and your own groove, and you're gonna find what works for you. Because it's different for everybody.
It is, and you'll find your style. You'll find everything that I'm teaching. There's like hot pots. There's pressure points that I'm trying to get. There's certain specific things.
Grow on
that exactly. And you'll kind of just grow around. How do you get those? How do you mix that? What does it look like for you? Is going to be different than what it looks like for me. Thomas and I have run appointments, we'll closers, and his style is similar to mine, but it's not the same. His presentation is similar to mine, but it's not the same. So mine's not the perfect formula, but it is tried over and over and over and over again through a lot of years, a lot of people that use the process. So it works so well. There's literally, the training seminar that they went to in Vegas. They're talking about the same system. They're implementing the exact same systems that I've been doing for years and years and years. Because companies that I work for were front runners in this industry, right? The company that I worked for started at Pix. It was their company that they started. You're a roofing contractor who started at Pix. You're the test on these guys, right? There's companies like Matt's got LC. LC. That's right. I work for LC and all the big guys there, right? And
you work for him?
Huh?
Did you work for him?
Yeah. I started Matt's guy with him. So a company like that, we were in business for 1 year as Man Sky Roofing. And 1 year we did $20 million, and then stopped everything and went directly to the insurance company, sold the contract to them with a mutual for $20 million a year, and started being their direct point of contact for contracting for them to name the price, find the contractor, and deliver. And we got one successful there. Similar methods with this company. Similar method that has a little fucking,
No Tom Focus.
possibly, it doesn't ring bell right away. I worked in Minneapolis for a while, but I was with Matthew at building. So it's a small world.
It was with Nelsie and Tom.
Yeah. So he was still Aspen at that time. Yeah. Did you know Daryl Nick? Yeah. He was actually just working for CMR too. He was CMR's like.
It's a good job. So you won't get 17 all the way up.
All right, guys. Do you guys any other questions?
No, sir.
You guys no?
When you ask for referrals, do you have like your own card or something that you
what?
can probably give out? Like a card?
A business card?
Yeah, like a business card.
For sure. Yeah, we'll get you guys business cards. I don't know if you've seen one of these before. What do you guys think of the folders, by the way? Pretty good.
Really professional looking.
Aren't they? That's what their cards look like. Yeah. The folders are powerful.
Yeah.
Because it provides a lot of information, gets them really thinking about the process. You'll find too that when you go back to the house, if there is another roofing contractor that is going to be giving them a presentation, you're probably going to see one of these laying around, right? But what we'll typically find when we provide them with these folders is they'll open this folder up they've got like 3 estimates in here. And they're like, oh, sorry, let me hide. You know, I'm like, no, it's all right. I was like, I don't care about the price.
What I like to do too is I have cut out samples of felt, synthetic, and plastic, and keep it in the folder to show them the good, better, best,
Yep.
and show them what they're coming from and what we install.
Yeah, did you guys hear that? He takes his samples and puts them in there. And then when they're looking through it, they're like, what the hell is this stuff? And he's, oh, let me show you what the back. Let me explain that to you. So, all right, guys, sorry that took so long. You know, our meetings that are just like regular meetings are typically a little bit shorter, but we're doing training with the meeting. So I appreciate you guys' attention to it. And try to engage, ask questions, try to draw information, challenge me in any way you can. This way, we can all kind of grow together through the process. So cool. All right, let's get moving.
You got Joe's.
Joe, I couldn't rub that one.
Yep. Yes, I'm gonna get you all the information. We're gonna start the green interview with you guys. Okay. See you then.
You have the presentation.
He's watched those. I don't get it. I have fun. I have my back and all I see them.
So my hand on.
Yeah.
I was wrong. Just look at how far they feel what you're saying. You just look at how far they feel what you're saying.
Terrible.
It won't take up like all day though. Coming back so good works that track.
Try to take 29 on the way back.
It's from 17 all the way up.
Yeah. 17, 29. Instead of taking 75,
I'm going 10 minutes out.
yeah, I'd go on 75, go to Palm Beach Boulevard, turn right, go all the way to fucking the back. Spend 30 minutes, and turn left.
Straight.
Go over the bridge, and you're just gonna fall that fucking road until you get there.